Hi guys, welcome to ELI, the place where you get your daily dose of inspiration for entrepreneurship. And today we have with us Mr. Kshitij Dixit, who is the founder of Zeo Auto, a platform for fleet management and tracking for commercial vehicle owners. Kshitij has attended IIT Kharagpur and has worked for 8 years at different companies such as Geo and Oyo Rooms before starting his own venture. Kshitij was selected and has been a part of the prestigious Y Combinator program. So, hi Kshitij, welcome to Entrepreneur Lounge of India.
Hello everybody. Hello Priya. How are you doing? Very glad and happy to be here joining you.
Kshitij, would you mind introducing yourself to our audience, please?
Yeah. So you actually exceeded the number of years that I have been in the industry. So I graduated in 2014. I have been working for like 5.5 years. As you correctly mentioned, I have worked with tech organizations like Oyo and Geo. At Geo, I was the product manager there, building their fintech initiatives, including Geo Money, UPI. At Oyo, I was kind of leading the data science division. I led and scaled a team from scratch. We built out the data engine for Oyo. They continue to use some part of it till late. Before that, I had worked with a data science organization. I had started another organization by the name Abode Offices, which was into co-working office space aggregation. We had an exit in 2018. This is my second attempt at entrepreneurship, although I have been trying to build products as a side projects. So right now I am leading Zeo Auto, which is the kind of helping truck owners and small fleet owners have more visibility and do some kind of optimization in the deliveries that they make. So that is where we are right now.
So tell us about the two ventures you have built. We'll start with the Zeo Auto, and if you want to
Yeah.
speak about offices as well.
Yeah. So Zeo Auto basically was started in 2019 with a vision to provide a visibility to the fleet owners who have a lot of trucks on their platform. So if a fleet owner has like 15 to 20 trucks, it becomes difficult to understand where your particular truck is, what kind of operational capacity does it have, how long has it been running, how much breaks a driver is taking. So basically to get an insight and visibility into all your operations. So that is where we started. We started with onboarding trucks through GPS installations, and later moved into optimizing deliveries for a lot of these trucks. So last mile deliveries for these trucks. And then the previous organization, Abode Offices, was into co-working office space aggregation, and that was basically built with a need for co-working offices to kind of generate more leads in the area that they are functioning. We aggregated co-working office spaces and built a platform, something similar to 99 acres for co-working offices.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So, would like to know, when did you think of becoming an entrepreneur?
So working as an entrepreneur was always on the cards. I was building products since my IT Kharagpur days. Right when I joined Oyo, there was a like great entrepreneur mindsets among the team members that I was working with, and a lot of them are right now doing or running their own companies. So that is where I first decided to take a plunge and start Abode Offices. And even after the exit at Abode Offices, I was building products while at Geo. So building products and running your own company is very similar, and you get to have that zeal, that ownership when you build something out of your own, and it was always on the cards. So that is what I am doing right now.
Mhm. Right. So we'll go a bit off topic now. Since you mentioned about exit,
Yeah.
so would like to ask you what is a startup exit, if you.
There are multiple types of exits in the startup industry. One is where a huge organization wants to acquire a small startup. proper value in your organization, and they take on the entire company as a whole. There are sometimes distressed startup exits where the founders are acquired, and then there are some kind of merger that happened with Go Ivibo and Make My Trip, where both these companies were kind of creating similar value, and they kind of joined hands to cut costs on similar items that they have.
Hmm.
So that is an exit, and exit gives kind of a exit to the investors also who had invested earlier, early on in the company.
Hmm. Hmm. Now coming back to the usual questions, how did your family react to it when you started out on your own venture? Did they support you?
Right, family was always supportive. They always knew that I would be starting out again. Even after board offices, I was telling them all about my plans. And the initial few months of starting out aboard offices as well, they were very supportive of whatever I was doing. They knew that I'm kind of self-sustainable in terms of the kind of money that I need for my own sustenance.
Hmm.
And other than that, they were supportive, even in terms of the kind of projects that I was taking, the kind of people that I was working.
Hmm.
So it was never an issue from the family side that I faced. And that this mindset has been changing with most of the Indian families as they see more and more entrepreneurs or people near them who are doing and running successful companies. So this mindset is continuously changing.
Right. So here is my next question. Did you have the financial runway to pursue your dream? When you start your own venture, there are two types of money required. One is for your survival, till the time you make
Yeah,
money out of your
yeah,
venture, then to invest in your venture as well. So how did you manage all this?
yeah. So I had the money to survive on my own, but not enough to fund the company for like more than a year. And that is what my target was, to become profitable, unit economics profitable within 6 months of running the company. So this target was achieved in both of these projects, board offices as well as Zeo Auto. We became profitable in 6 months and then started scaling. And when you start scaling, that is where you need help from angels or VC funds to kind of grow to other cities. So as an entrepreneur, your target is always to find that PMF or the market fit that you are looking for, quickly grow profitable, or try to be break even at least at the unit economic scale. And then as you scale, you should be trying and looking out for funds.
Hmm, hmm. Now we'd like to know how were your initial days when you started into entrepreneurship? What was the first thing you did, and how did you find your first customer? How did you find your co-founder? How did you recruit your team?
Yeah. So my co-founders, one of the co-founders is my friend and batchmate from IIT Kharagpur itself. So I have long known him for a very long time, almost like 10 years. So we have been working on almost all projects together. The other co-founder, I met him at Geo. We were product managers together, and we found a great synergy in working with each other. That is where we met. I was already building Zeo Auto while I was doing other projects. So there was a mandate in the industry where GPS installation was mandatory
Hmm,
for all commercial vehicles, and we picked that as an initial leverage to onboard customers. We launched the product in December 2018 and found that there was a lot of demand for such kind of installations or onboarding,
hmm,
and that we took as the initial leeway and then got into the truck industry as a whole. And as we grew, the business expanded to other states. Like it started with Maharashtra, then it went all the way across from Delhi, MP, Gujarat. And in terms of demand, it was never a major concern. uh, for our major concern was optimizing our team in terms of logistics, in terms of installation, and as well as the tech capabilities.
Okay. So here is my next question. Uh, Based on your initial plan or what you had dreamed initially, how far have you reached as an entrepreneur, and what is your vision? What is your end goal?
Uh, it's just starting out for us. We have found our we have found our correct market. We are just going deep within the market, but it's just the start for us. What we envision is to support the logistics industry in many more countries.
Mhm.
We have started with India. We have growing traction in the US, in the UK, but we would like to go deep in the logistics sector, especially in the last mile delivery sector. It is expected to take at least 4 or 5 years to build something very meaningful from here.
Right. Then would like to know what are the challenges you faced along the way, uh, and how did you solve them?
So the major challenges are definitely around finding the right team, finding the right kind of investors, and finding a product market fit. For us, luckily, we found a product market fit early on. I definitely recommend all the entrepreneurs not to invest heavily before they have found their product market fit, which essentially means that you have found customers who are willing to pay for whatever you are building.
Mm.
The second challenge is, of course, finding the right team with the right mindset, who are in this business with you for a longer term. So most of our early core team members are have been working with us on previous startups, or we have known them for a long period of time. And then you always have to find new people, and that is one challenge that I find very interesting. You have to keep on talking to people, trying to understand their interests and how do they align with your interests. That is the second problem. The third is, of course, the building the core IP in house, and that is what takes most of our time as co-founders. We keep on reading as much as possible in these industries. What are the new trends that are available?
Mm.
How do we go and catch a bigger market from where we are right now?
You mentioned a term that is used extensively in startups, that is called product market fit. So, can you tell our
Yeah.
audience what is a product market fit?
So this is advised in the YC community a lot,
Mm.
and this is what we was our major takeaway from that community. So basically, a lot of entrepreneurs are building a lot of products, and most of these are very cool products. They find a lot of users, but as an early stage entrepreneur, it is very important for you to not go on a hiring spree or not invest a lot of money before you find a product for which users are willing to pay, either the users or the advertising community. If you are building a news kind of an app, or something which has to do with radio, you will have to find advertisers for your platform, and that only comes when you have a significant number of users, or you are building a B2B platform where your customers are your paying users, and you would have to kind of do an experiment where you want to understand, okay, if I'm building something, what is the amount that a user is willing to pay. So I'll have to find the yearly value of a particular customer, and that is where you can take calculated risks in terms of advertising. What is the customer acquisition cost, and how much is he paying back when he becomes a long-term customer. So his lifetime value you try to understand, and then try to take calculated measures in terms of hiring, in terms of investing, in terms of growth.
Hmm.
So that is the core to it.
Hmm. Hmm. You also mentioned Y Combinator or YC. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
also you have been a part of it as well. Now we will ask you to
yeah,
explain a bit on what is YC, and
yeah, yeah,
how
yeah.
it helps us.
So
Yeah, go on, go on.
So YC is one of the tech accelerators that has been operational in the country. It is a US based accelerator. There are few other accelerators like Techstars 500 startups. We got into YC for their winter batch of 2020, and it has been an accelerating journey for us. So we went to SF to understand how all this functions. If we are building a SaaS startup or a B2B startup, what are the key points that you should be considering? How do you do fundraising? How do you talk to startups, other founders, mentors? How do you bring on investors on your cap table? So it's been a journey which has been very rewarding for us, and I would definitely encourage all your viewers to go ahead and check out their application page, see what kind of value do they bring. They also provide you a lot of value addition in terms of SaaS services like AWS, like Azure, Google Cloud. A lot of other startups offer a lot of free services to many YC companies, and that is one of the key value add that YC does. Apart from obviously the mentoring, the networking that they do, and the 150K investment that they do.
Hmm. And how can someone get into YC or any such programs?
So they have a very simple application process. With whatever traction you have, you can always apply with even a prototype or an idea. But generally, what I have seen is that if you have a small or a smaller product market fit, or you know an industry in and out, you could apply with an idea and provide them with your traction. It's a very small and easy application process. If they like your idea, if they like the founders, they call you for an interview. Post the interview, they would ask for a few more details. Like there are a lot of companies applying to IC, so they generally select around 200 to 50 companies per batch. I guess it is going to go lower than that for the upcoming batches, but that is the typical number of companies that they select every batch, and they invest around $150,000 up till the next batch. This batch they are investing $120,000, and then they provide mentoring, networking. They provide a lot of value-added services to you, which is the base for early age startup to grow from there.
Uh, since you mentioned they invest money in your venture, do they take some stakes from your venture as well?
Yeah, they have a standard they take around 7% of the equity in your company, and this is a safe investment, which means that you give out the equity only when you raise the next round of funding, suppose series A.
Okay, okay. Uh, so my next question would be, how do you compare entrepreneurship with a 9 to 5 job?
So it all comes down to what you love doing, right? If you love building whatever you are building at a 9 to 5 job, a lot of time it happens that that job kind of goes beyond the 6 p.m. timeline that you have set for yourself, and that is what happens when you are running a startup or you are an entrepreneur yourself. That is the major difference. Other than that, the kind of ownership that you have to take, a lot of people are dependent on you. uh, uh, Most of these things like your employees, your team members, everyone will be looking up to you to solve a lot of major challenges that you face on a daily life.
Hmm.
If you are in a 9 to 6 job just for the job, and in that case you would find a hard stop at 6 p.m. post that you could do your own life, you could go ahead with your own life. But in a startup, or if you are running a small company, it kind of intermingles. The line between personal and professional becomes very thin. So the profession becomes your personal. Everything what you are doing is your profession. So that line goes away.
Hmm, hmm. So now I would like to know who has been your role model when it comes to entrepreneurship. Of course, everyone says it is Elon Musk. If it is the case for you, then I'd want you to exclude him. Who else is your role model?
As a like, there are a lot of Indian
Hmm.
founders who I like. Inspiration came from Ritesh Agrawal while I was there at Oyo. He was very young while he started Oyo Rooms. He started it at, I guess, 18, 19 years of age, and while I was there, he was just 24 and leading a team of people which were much older than him. So this is kind of an inspiration, and right now you would find a lot more within the Indian startup industry. So you do not have to look out for a lot of other role models. Obviously, things which these people, Elon Musk and everyone is doing is huge, but you would like to find someone whom you could relate with. So as Indian entrepreneurs, we have some kind of limitations, and people who have overcome those limitations are someone who we look up to.
Hmm. Speaking of Indian entrepreneurs, who are those entrepreneurs who have made it to Y Combinator and also made it big? Can you name some?
So there are big companies like Razorpay, ClearTax. These are companies who went into YC long back and have done amazingly well.
Hmm, hmm,
Then there are companies like Misho who are recent graduates from Y Combinator batch.
hmm,
Not that recent, but they have done amazingly well
hmm,
in terms of capturing a major market in India. Right now, I guess the Indian community of YC founders is almost around 100 companies. I guess there are more than 250 founders from India who have been selected in Y Combinator batches. So it's a growing and thriving community.
hmm,
You get to interact with a lot of them on a daily basis.
hmm,
You can ask for connects or kind of mentorship sessions from them. So it becomes very useful community when you scale your startup.
hmm, hmm. Uh, so this is probably the last question on Y Combinator.
Yeah.
Do you think in India can there be a Y Combinator version of Indians as well?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess a lot of people are already trying that. There are some like serial entrepreneurs who are trying to build a
Hmm,
smaller investment vehicle where you invest kind of 30 lakhs 40 lakhs in a
hmm, hmm,
early age startup and kind of give them that kind of networking
hmm,
or mentorship
hmm,
for them to grow at an early stage.
hmm,
There has been a lot of work there, but I guess to make it to the level where YC is right now,
hmm,
it would still take a year or two for Indian entrepreneurs to come up with something like that. And it requires a lot of dedication. You could not do it as a side project while running your own company. So it's a full time work that someone has to do, and there would definitely be a Y Combinator from India. Maybe Y Combinator themselves come down and set up an office here, or
okay,
probably someone from India build a
hmm,
system like that.
hmm, hmm. Okay. Uh, Probably, I think we are very short of time, and this is probably the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
question. How can our audience start their entrepreneurial journey, and what would be your final message to them? Let me tell you a bit
So,
about our audience. They're
yes,
potential entrepreneurs who are recent graduates or still student, uh, and they have dreams to become entrepreneurs. So, what would be your
yeah,
suggestion?
yeah. So what I feel is that in today's age and journey, it has become easier to build tech products than to build like offline operational intensive business.
Hmm,
So if you have some ideas that you could like build something online, you would be able to launch a product within 1 or 2 weeks of envisaging that. So my initial suggestion would be try out, build some kind of MVP, launch it in the market, and see what kind of traction you are getting. Uh, if you have, as an entrepreneur, you have to devise a strategy of like devising products, and then if you fail, you have to go on to building the next product. You should not be stuck on something for very long which is not working. So my advice is always build out an MVP, launch it in the market, try marketing it from through various channels, and see if you are getting good traction, right traction. And if you are there, you can start talking about it with a few of your friends, applying to some of these initial accelerators that we joined, like YC 500 startups, as I mentioned, and grow it from there. So building an MVP is key. You should not invest 4 months building the product and then finding out that there are no takers. So you should be launching quick to launch the MVP and see how does it function in the market.
So building an MVP also requires some expenses. Do you think after building MVP, they should apply for accelerators, or how is it? Can somebody pitch
Yeah.
an idea to?
So it's still very difficult for someone who hasn't shown some kind of growth in the past to raise funds only based on an idea.
Hmm,
So you should at least have an MVP, a working prototype, and some users who are trying to use your product. So first step in that direction is always building an MVP. If you are not a tech person, you should consider having a co-founder who has a technical, some kind of technical background. At least he can handle front end, back end, or at least the design part of it.
hmm, hmm.
And then maybe hire some freelancer who can work with you on a part-time basis.
Right. So that is probably the end of our session. Anything else you want to tell to our audience? This would be the time.
uh, that's it. Like entrepreneurship in India is growing at a great pace right now, and this is the time where you can find the most support from anybody, and India is the right place to be in. So I would ask every final year student, or even the students who are right now in second third year, to build some kind of side projects and see if they are going somewhere with that. Always happy to talk to young entrepreneurs who are trying and building something. They can directly reach out to me on my LinkedIn page, or send me a mail. So happy to talk to you regarding your projects, whatever you are building.
Okay. Well,
And I would also like to thank you for inviting me. Uh, this kind of initiative is also very useful for young entrepreneurs who are trying out things but do not find right mentorship or right channels. So great work there.
thank you. Well, it was a pleasure to have you here at ELI. I think our audience would have got lifetime lessons from this video. Thanks for your time, Kshitij, and our best wishes to your current venture and future ventures.
Thank you very much, Priya. Thank you. Bye
Viewers
bye.
and young entrepreneurs, you can follow Kshitij, and you can also reach out to him via LinkedIn by searching for Kshitij Dixit. Also, you can visit Zeo Auto website by typing zeoauto.com. So, whom do you want to have here at ELI for next episodes? Do let me know in comments below. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. We will be back before you know it. Stay tuned to Entrepreneur Lounge of India.
Thank you.